makes psoriasis worse and what you can do instead. So I'll dive into point number one, which is that the number one mistake that people make when it comes to psoriasis, and that often makes it worse, is hopping from one treatment to another. And I understand that because I've done that, and since psoriasis is a rather persistent and stubborn skin disease, it takes time, and often people mistake that taking time for them to think that they're not going to the right doctor, or they need to go to another doctor and see what they have to offer. So they hop from one treatment to another, often making things worse by investing more time, more money, and most importantly taking more time to suffer. I mean, basically they're not taking time to suffer, but what is happening is they're suffering more because there is more stress involved in trying to figure out what is it that they need to do, which doctor to go next to, and in the process it takes longer for them to heal, because they think that the next solution, the next doctor, the next treatment is going to cure them, and not something else. And that something else is well, actually I'm going to introduce it right after all the 3 points. So the next thing that makes psoriasis worse is stress. And the reason why I say that is because it's been established that psoriasis is a psychosomatic condition, which means that stress. One second, let me switch on the fan. Also, do let me know. I know I dive straight into the topic, but do let me know which part of the world you're joining in from and what time of the day it is. For me, I'm in India, and right now it's almost 6 p.m. in the evening, and I have to switch on the fan. It's pretty warm. Also, let me know how the weather is where you are. So I was talking about point number 2, which is that stress is something which has been shown to show a clear link between stress and anger. So whether that's the British Journal of Dermatology, European Academy of Dermatology, or Ayurveda, or other holistic health practices and school of thought, they all have shown a clear link between anger and psoriasis. So anger has been shown to create and to cause psoriasis and also make it worse. So hi, namaskar, welcome in everyone. Please let me know which city you're joining in from, and how long you've been diagnosed with psoriasis or eczema, what skin condition you have, and yeah, and I'll be continuing with the topic, and as and when I see questions related to this topic, I will answer them. Okay, so hi everyone, hi Lakshmi Priya. So stress makes it worse, and obviously I know that it's easier said than done when I say that stress makes it worse, therefore you should not stress. Like, I would get so mad at people if they told me that you should not stress, whereas they've never offered me a solution of exactly how do I stop stressing, because, well, you don't have this condition, so you wouldn't be stressed. So don't tell me not to stress. But I'm not telling you, hey, don't stress. I'm actually going to tell you actual steps on how to not stress. And they're not something up in the air, whimsical, vague. Hi, I'm from Calcutta, and I have lived a little bit all over. Where are you from, Meena? Thank you. So Meena saying my English language is very good. Thank you. I got that comment even earlier, last vertical live that I did on Facebook a month ago. So, okay. Stress is a very big contributing factor, and therefore I know people often say don't stress. And when I used to get that advice, and I didn't know how to not stop stressing, because that was just my default way of living and functioning, then I would get very angry. But I now tell my students to not stress, and I also give them the steps, because I would totally understand if they get mad at me if I tell them if I tell them not to stress, and then they're like, yeah, why would I stress, because I have psoriasis and I have this rather traumatic skin condition. So I understand the need to stress, but then stress just makes it worse, as has been proven by science and various research. And I'm sure people who have psoriasis, they've experienced that. I used to experience that. That whenever I would have, let's say, like I'm moving from one place to another, or I have an exam, or I have some assignment which I'm stressed about, then I would notice a flare. And also please give this video thumbs up if this is resonating with you. And yeah, I don't know what else to say at this point, and except move on to the third point, which is that the third thing that makes psoriasis worse is people go through really restrictive and very difficult diets. So they're either going on raw diets. I know one of my students was on a raw diet for a very long time, so no, like everything just raw and no oil, nothing. Then some people let go of non-veg, even though they love non-veg, like chicken and fish and all that stuff. Some people don't eat their favorite foods, and all that for them to get temporary relief. So they're getting temporary relief, which is that the scales or patches do come back once in a while. And second, they are not even enjoying life, which means that they're constantly, thinking about the food, angry and resentful about the fact that they have not they're not able to enjoy their favorite foods, or when they are out with their friends or family, they are not able to enjoy their favorite foods. So that is not very conducive, I would say. That's not a very smart way to go about things. If someone tells me you give up this food and you'll be cured forever, I'm sure most of us would jump on that opportunity. But unfortunately, that's not the case with psoriasis. There is no such thing as this food is the reason why this is. It's a culmination of factors it's a reaction of some food items with your digestive system. Any food, any detox, any strict diet for some time gives results, but most people, either they are not able to continue with the restrictive diet, or they continue it but they are not able to get healed properly, so they get super bitter, and then they go on the other end of the diet and they like go binge and eat all those things that couldn't earlier. So it's more like revenge eating, I would say. Like, I did not get cured, so I will eat whatever the hell I want to do. I was in that place myself too, because there was one doctor. Actually, right now I'm in Orissa, so one doctor, like people here in Orissa, doctors, and I've noticed even in Tamil Nadu. I mean, not that I went to a lot of doctors in Tamil Nadu, but that's a prevalent culture. I've noticed in Orissa and Tamil Nadu, the doctors, they ask you to go off non-veg because of, like, if you go to them with a skin condition. At least that was my experience. So I was off chicken and anything, chicken, fish, anything like that for 3 years, and I come from a very strictly non-vegetarian household, so we eat fish and chicken twice a day in 2 meals at least, so lunch, dinner. So for me it was very difficult. Not that I loved non-veg, but I didn't like the experience of my family eating separate dishes from me, be it at home or in a restaurant. I just didn't like that experience. So anyway, then I went abroad for my studies, and in France, obviously, you don't have a lot of vegetarian options. Even the McDonald's, I think the vegetarian option was egg or chicken. So then I started eating, and anyway, like I said, I wasn't fully cured. So I was like, I'm not fully cured, so why am I going through this? Not that I missed chicken or fish so much, because I prefer vegetarian food, but when I was abroad, it became even more difficult to eat out sometimes, and secondly also to cook, because vegetables, I feel, take much more effort to cook. So yeah, Meena, if you have any questions about psoriasis or anything, let me know. I'll try to answer them in Hindi. मैं हिंदी में आंसर कर दूंगी अगर आपका कोई प्रश्न हो psoriasis और skin condition के बारे में. Definitely I will answer in Hindi. I'll try my best. Okay, आप क्वेश्चन लिख दीजिए, मैं आंसर कर दूंगी अगर कोई स्किन के बारे में क्वेश्चन हो तो. हाय औरोरा. ओके, सो एंड ऑल्सो लेट मी नो आप कहाँ से देख रहे हैं, मतलब किस शहर से, और कितने, मतलब टाइम क्या है वहाँ पे. अगर आप इंडिया में नहीं हैं तो प्लीज़ मुझे चैट में बताइएगा. That was not bad. Okay, so or actually now I will move on to the, so if you're wondering like these are the things that make psoriasis worse and what makes it better. Okay, Jaipur, Rajasthan. Okay, got it. So Aurora is signing in from New Jersey, USA. Okay, nice. And what's the time? I believe it's like 7:30 or something in the morning. So yeah. Now what to do instead? Now, if you're someone who is suffering from a skin condition and you know gone from one doctor to another, you're stressed about it, you've tried various diets, gotten results for some time, and then gotten back, then you're wondering what to do instead. Well, this is what you got to do. You got to do a mental detox. It's a process by which you get let go of all your negative emotions which have been stored in your body for a long time. Now, what's the connection between, well, letting go of your emotions and being able to, you know, get healed? So we do all these detoxes, like, you know, the juices and like juicing and raw diets and so many things to basically clean our bodies of all the toxins which we think are creating the illnesses, let's in our case psoriasis or eczema, but we don't realize it's actually the mind which creates the toxin. So every time you have a negative thought, there is a corresponding negative chemical reaction in your body. So an emotion is basically a reaction to a thought in your mind, and if it's a positive thought, it's a positive reaction, but if it's a negative thought, it's also a negative reaction. And if this happens over a sustained period of time, then you have an illness, and that is why you are not able to stick to routines and new diets or any new lifestyle change that you're making for a longer period of time, because you have this this set negative like set of programming which has been done by this consistent negative thoughts and negative chemical reactions, that it takes over your ability to control your own thoughts, moods and actions. So even if you have your best interests in wanting to change your lifestyle for better, your food habits for better, exercise better, sleep earlier, or you know, think more positive, you're not able to. Most people say that they're not consistent, and therefore they don't have consistent results. So, and that's because they have this subconscious programming which they're not aware of, and this programming has been created over years and years of negative thoughts which have then been registered in your brain like a program. Like a computer has a program, like a software installed. There is a software installed in you. Unfortunately, this software is working against you rather for you, and therefore you have to uninstall this software, and it's called through a process called mental detox. And simply put, it's basically letting go and getting rid of all the negative emotions that have been stored in your body, through your body, so that you can install a new way of thinking, new way of living, and have a better quality of life, the life that you desire, not the one that I desire or society desires, the one that you desire. And that the way to go about it is through mental detox. And I'm going to be sharing this 6-step process that I have used and my students have used in order to heal themselves and free themselves from the anxiety of this very stubborn skin condition. So I'm going to be sharing that in a live webinar tomorrow. It's at 5:30 p.m. IST, so around this time. And I know it's a little it's going to be early for people in EST, so if people are joining in from eastern part of USA, they can join in too. So that's why I'm going to share the link after. I don't know how I'm going to share it here. Let's see. I'm going to share it here. Yeah, I know it's a little early, so that's the webinar I have planned for now. There's one more at 7:30 p.m. Aurora, if you're interested. The one for people in the US is on 20th, my 20th, which is 19 February, 7:30 p.m. EST, and it's 4:30 p.m. PST. So that's the thing. So if you are interested in that, just leave a comment and I'll reply to your comment with the link for people in USA, the webinar for USA timings. I know it's a little early and that's where I have one for USA. But since most of my audience here on YouTube is in India, I'm announcing the India one here. So I'll put the link of the India webinar in the chat, and Aurora, if you're interested in the US one, let me know. I'll reply to you with that. And also let me know your questions so that I'll grab the link and put it in the live. Okay, it says highlight. I'm not sure that works. Okay, so I added in the link in the description of this live from my laptop because I don't know how to do it here. And yeah, so if you have any, अपने इंडिया में तो 6 बज रहे हैं. That's correct. It is true. So if you have any questions about the webinar, about psoriasis or mental detox, let me know. And I'm actually very excited to share the 6 steps because this is the first time I'll be sharing it in a public way, because I thought that, earlier if I share some steps, it can be confusing, which I agree it can be. I teach them inside my program, but I'll be sharing some of it and we'll do some exercises, fun exercises. So do join. And if you're watching this on replay, then let me know your questions too and which part of the world you're joining in from. And yeah, and I'll see you in the next live. Bye.